Test, test, test. Hello, YouTube. How you doing? Welcome to the nest. Nick Crosby. Fred the Lug. Welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Bit a bit. Fibbit a bit. Fibbit a bit. That's a mouthful. Mick Ranger. How you doing? What's up? What are you carrying? What's in your pockets? What you have for lunch? What are you having for dinner? I had a, let's see, what did I have for lunch? I had, leftover pizza. It was absolutely yummy. Wyoming Adventures, Kane Miranda, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Today I was carrying the petrified fish trilobite and the Kaiser mini roach. I'm assuming everybody can hear me just fine. Woohoo. I hope you all are having a happy Monday. I have today and tomorrow off because it's Colleen Tex's birthday tomorrow, and I normally take her birthday off. And I can't see myself going into work on a Monday if I got a Tuesday off. So I took both days off. Anyways, let's see, did I miss anybody? I don't think so. I think I got everybody. Yeah. So, how you doing? How's everybody doing? Sorry about the vertical thing, but you know, it's a subscriber thing, trying to get more people to come in and watch. Wyoming Adventures carrying the Concept Fenrir. I need to get the Fenrir. Either Concept or the Tenable. I would like the Concept Fenrir because of the front flipper. Anyway, Colleen, I'm sure she's watching, so she'll see Sheila's happy birthday wish. Caleb 1776, welcome to the nest. Nice to see everybody again after just 2 days. Hope everybody's doing good. On the screen here is everything that I showed off on Saturday. The knives that I received in the last week. Besides the two that I carried today, and we got the Kaiser. Oh man, why can't I ever remember the name of this? Thank you, Wyoming. I appreciate it. And everybody, double tap your screen or hit the thumbs up button. I would appreciate it, and leave a comment after the show. I'd like to see what people are saying and thinking. Anyways, Deckhand, thank you very much. Sheila's gonna keep me straight. The Kaiser Deckhand, nice sheep's foot blade. Micarta scales that's been pleasantly waxed. Got the Kaiser T1, which is very snappy. This one needs no tuning up. It is drop shutty. it's hydraulic in its drop shuttiness. I don't have to shake it. I just need to let gravity take over. And then I got the Wolopton pocket knife, which I'm going to be working on today. I think I can feel resistance here, and it's very easy to fail. So we're gonna see if just cleaning it up and giving it a lube will help it out. And then the other knife that I received this week is the Benchmade bailout. It's got good flipping out action, but when I have the axis lock fully pulled back, it doesn't drop. There's too much resistance, and you can feel it's gummy. Now, looking in here, it looks like it's on washers, but we're gonna see if we can't clean that action up a bit. The Night's Edge. I'm listening and driving. Wait, missed it. He's listening and driving. Soothe me, Crowman. Said Stevie, welcome to the nest. I appreciate you showing up. Salutations, mofos, he says. Nice. All right. So, anyways, y'all heard the story about the Wolopton. This, with the exception of the first two knives, which was my for carry, these four knives right here were giveaway wins from the last couple weeks. I got the deckhand and the T1 from a G-Ball giveaway, and this Wolopton I actually got on a auction. I won an auction on Caleb's 1776's auction for BOMATA and Twisted Sis, and I won it. I was the high bid at $30. I decided to decided that with the way the auction was going, that it wasn't going to raise a heck of a lot of money if people just kept on trying to get a good deal. So what I did was I won the auction, and then redonated the knife back in, and it went 3 times. Yeah, it went 3 times up for auction. Each person following me followed my example and put their knives that they won for the highest bid $1 knife. But the money went to a good cause. I had fun. I did have to pull off the road. Ron, you are one hell of a guy. That was very generous of you. Thank you, Caleb. I appreciate it. I have a, even when I'm broke, if I have some money, everybody has money. Ron Crow, you really help out the auction. We should have advertised a little more. Yeah, possibly, but it may or may not have gotten higher. But that was the first auction I've actually participated in, really. So that was fun. Yes, it was definitely for a good cause. Greg Vanderlip, welcome to the nest. Derek Freel, I forgot to greet you. Welcome to the nest. What are you guys carrying? I shared my carry. It's plenty of fish, petrified fish, trilobite, and was the Kaiser deckhand. Nope, sorry, I didn't carry the deckhand, but it was a Kaiser mini grouper, which is a fantastic knife. Does need some work, so if I have time today, I'll get to that and do that. It's snappy. The detent's a bit stiff, so it makes it real hard to do it left-handed. See, watch. I mean, I can do it, but it takes some work. And the trilobite has a a weak detent, but it's a, you know, it's a plunge lock, button plunge lock. So yeah, you know, you always expect it to have a bit of a weak detent, but I think I could fix that up a bit, stretch the spring a little bit, and oil that up, but only if we have time. The main objects is going to be the wool opt-in and the Benchmade bailout, and we're going to tackle the bailout first because I think that's going to take me the most time, because this will be the first time I've attempted to do this with a axis lock live on camera. Yeah. Oh, you know, I don't think that they had the Ultim when I bought the Trilobite. I need to get an Ultim Trilobite, although I'd have to see what it looks like first. To me, as much as I like Ultim, only if it looks good, and it would be nice to be able to handle it first also. Derek Friel, let's see. Oh, is Adventure 50 in here? Welcome to the nest. I didn't see him come in. Are those gall knives? Yes, except for the first two TKE. I was kind of lucky the last couple weeks. Almost got in on another win last night, but unfortunately I was 3 off. I forget who it was, but it was a numbers game, and it would have been between me and I think it was Burnt Relic. We both bid. Well, our numbers were both 372, and the number was 376. And Grizzled Bear Crafting got in at 374, I think it is 375. Yeah, anyways, yeah, so my heart was beating there for a second. Henry G, welcome to the nest. Let me see. Caleb, you guys don't forget to smash that thumbs up, and Ron, everyone have a good time. Good one. I'll see y'all later. Good to go. Maybe I'll be back. I don't know. Well, I'll be on for the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So yeah, I hope you can make it back. Very generous of you to give those knives and the bailout away. Yeah, you wish. Pipe dreams. TKE has pipe dreams. Let's see. Shay, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Ron Dobbins, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What'd you have for lunch, buddy? I know you're carrying some heat. Titanium Justin, well, hello there. All right, so let me go ahead and get started. This is my first, actually, just the other day was the first time I've ever held a Benchmade, so there you are. So we're gonna go ahead and see about taking this bad boy apart. And unfortunately, it's got a whatchamacallit. Let me see if I can zoom in here. My software's not agreeing with me, at least for my camera. So let's do this. Link to, see, and then do it this way. There we go. All right. So you see on the show side, the P is on the show side and not on the clip side. So we're gonna see if we can swap that around when we get to it. And Greg, that knife is insanely packy custom. Oh, I think that was he's talking about a win that Greg Vanderlip got. And Sheila, Wyoming Adventure, says she's never taken a knife apart, so she's holding some interest in this. It's actually fairly simple, but it gets more complicated when you have an axis lock because of the springs, and you have, in order to get to the springs, you have to take the scales off. In order to get the one scale off, everything, you know, the pivot screw has to come out, and it's a whole thing. I got a win from Titanium Justin and a win from Ron Crow himself, gifted to me coming, and I can't wait. Hey, Shay. Oh, you haven't gotten that yet? Justin. Anyway, so let me go ahead and start working on this, and then I'll try to keep track of the chat. TK, that was an awesome knife that you had in your video today. I love it. Oh, I did not see that video. So let me go ahead with the scale screws, because it looks like we're gonna have to go from the show side first because of the pivot. And all the screws are T6s with the exception of the pivot screw, which is the T8. Ron Crow, if you want to really make it interesting, get really drunk and then blindfold one of your eyes, that would be like me taking it apart. Derek Vision, for real. That's funny. No, I have a hard enough time as it is, Derek. But I have an advantage over some people because I've been a technician since the year 1980 when I joined the Air Force. So I've been, you know, working with tools, taking things apart. Mainly I worked on electromechanical equipment, communications equipment, so to speak, digital network systems, paper card readers, paper tape punches and readers. Let's see what else. And you guys that are old enough might remember these dot matrix printers. But the ones that we worked on the most, the ones that were most problematic were the card punches. Now, if you guys might remember these when, the federal checks you used to get for, say, tax refunds, they were a certain size. They were about this big, and they had one corner cut off, and it said, "Do not spindle or mutilate." Those are the kind of cards, at least that shape card, I used to work on when I was card punches. I used to work on in the Air Force. Those were mainly for data, finances, that kind of thing. They were also those cards were they also used a DSTE. That's the system I worked on. Was a digital subscriber terminal equipment. That equipment was the card reader was actually used to program the UNIVAC, the IBM UNIVAC computer. That's how they programmed it with punch cards. So now I got all the body screws off, at least on the show side, and I am now taking the pivot screw off. And it is a captured pivot, as was demonstrated by there's no screw on this side, but the screws on this side, so you can be pretty assured that it's going to be a captured pivot, unless they were bastards and decided not to make it a captured, and then it would just spin and spin and spin. Okay, pivot screws off. Let's see, I remember those, the punch cards, that is. Physic, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? What you think about the Jews? Somebody please, hey Physic, we don't talk religion or about politics in the live streams, or actually I won't talk about them in my videos, period. So you're welcome to participate in the live stream today, but please no more that religious or political stuff. Thank you. And this is my first time, like I said, with a Benchmade, and let me find my cleaning cloth. So I usually use the darker cloths for the main cleanup, you know, for direct oily cleanup. And here's IPA, isopropyl alcohol. And I actually like to clean them as I take them apart. That way, when it's time to assemble, I don't have to worry about it. YouTube Music Portal, welcome to the nest. What's all the raunchy talk? We're just talking knives. Somebody tried to talk politics, and yeah, he had to have a talking to. So, Gonzo, welcome to the nest. Mick Ranger, thank you for coming. Or actually, I think I probably already greeted you. Oh, look at all this oil. Can you see that? That's probably why I got a little bit of lock stick. Now, on most crossbar locking knives, whatever they might be called, whether it's axis lock or not, the scale, not the scale, but the liner usually encompasses the whole blade, the whole inside of the scale. But Benchmade decided, I guess, to save weight, I don't know, decided to have just partial liners. See that? And see this screw right here, the screw hole right there, screws into this piece right here. So to unspring the Omega spring, you just do that and it comes off. And now there's a hook. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a hook, and you can unhook the bar lock by just pushing on it like this. Generally, it's a little easier to do when I'm not holding it up in the air. But you can see what I'm talking about right here. It's about the width of a human hair. Can you see it? That's around the bar lock thumb thing. So that means this this liner can actually come out, but I'm going to leave that on until I remove the other side, which I'm going to remove the what I do. And always make sure you put your stuff to the side so you don't lose anything. Now, one thing I have to be cognizant about is this this pin right here. That's something that's real easy to forget, are the pins. So the only two screws that I have to take off on the show side, I mean the clip side, is this screw and this screw, because everything else is clipped into because the liner's only partial. I don't even have to take the clip off because the clip is just screwed into this lanyard hole thing. And these standoffs don't have to be removed because it's just into the liner. I mean, into the scales. So let's go ahead and do that. So like I said, once I remove these two screws, I got to worry about that stop pin. I think it's a stop pin. If not, it's just a spacer pin. But I have to worry about not losing it because it's tiny. Dang, you got some picture. I do. Every single barber that I've ever had always said that I will never go bald. Now, if you look at the top of my head, when it's so short, you can actually see through it. But that's, you know, that's because the hair is cut short. Ron Crow, lanyard hole thing. Smoking like a true technician. Well, yeah, I use thingy a lot. It's a good thing I'm not a trainer. Although I have trained quite a few people, I'm not officially a trainer. There we go. So that screws out. And then, so did I hit the, what the hell happened to my camera? Everything's all crooked. Looks like I did. Anyways, what you can't see on part of my maintenance pad are these little dots, probably about 1/2 inch in diameter. They're magnetized, so that's where I put my screws. Works fine until you get titanium headed screws, and then they don't stick very well. So what did I do with the driver? Here it is. Let me wet my whistle. This talking business is thirsty business. So what's everybody carrying? Did I miss some pocket carries? I go back, and I'm blind as hell, but at least I got jokes. Nice. Yeah, good sense of humor will get you through a lot of things, wouldn't it? Yes, I know, Mick. Sorry, I am just now seeing that. But yeah, I know. After I greeted you for the second time, I remembered greeting you the first time. You know, it's hard to keep track of things. It's actually easier when you're just in the chat and you're not blabbing. Anyways, so let me go ahead and continue. Otherwise, we're going to be here forever. It is now my time, 3 o'clock. I like jokes, Derek. There we go. That's the last screw that I need to remove for the, well, at least I think so. Last screw I need to remove for the scale removal. And see, this is one of the reasons why I have a pry bar. There we go, buddy. Got the bounce. I'll try to stop back later. If not, I'll see you later. Yes, sir. Don't forget, we got whatchamacallit, Rob's Nerdy Knives and Casey Knife Fast. It's all good, Ron. You can greet me as many times as you want. El Navajaro EDC, welcome to the nest. Well, thank you for stopping by. I'm sorry that you can't hang with us. Let me see. Oh, I got to remove the pivot. That's why. So I'm gonna use this to push the pivot screw out. There we go. Oh. Now this is where everything comes off the rails, so to speak. Okay, now I am regretting doing this live on screen. Ah, there's a pivot screw. And now it should all fall apart. Yeah. This should be, I would assume, copper bronze washers. Dinky things. And there's the other scale with the spring. Now I don't have to remove the spring unless I was planning on giving it some love and stretching out a little bit to give it some more oomph, which I might do. Now let me see this. Let's look at this up close here and add me some light. Yeah. Okay, it's captured up. So there's a for the pivot screw, there's a flat side on both. So there should be no problem swapping it around. Let me clean this scale off. Give it a little spritz of alcohol. I want one of EMP's mystery boxes so bad, laugh out loud, but I'm such a sucker for the mystery box, laugh out loud. Yeah, but isn't it pricey? I haven't seen those mystery boxes, but I know the Kaiser ones are pricey. You're supposed to be getting your money's worth, but you got no choice on what knives you're receiving. So there's that. And with my luck, it'd be all fixed blades. My hands have gotten shaky the older I've gotten. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Wyoming. I know the feeling. I thought Kaiser was priced high. Yeah, it is. But, I think it starts off, you get 4 knives, 6 knives, 8 knives, or something like that. It goes 200 plus, 300 plus, 400 plus, something like that. So, they say you get a good deal, but I ain't got that kind of cash. Cliff Brott, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I'm disassembling a Benchmade here, or I've disassembled the Benchmade. Nobody can keep up with you, Ron D. Yeah, Ron Dobbins. Did he share what he's carrying? Did I miss that? Ron Dobbins, what is up? Let's see. Sorry about this. I hate it when other guys do it, but I am not in the habit of just reading the chat. Ron Dobbins, you have the nimble. Where did I see it? I missed that again. Oh, there it is. Ron Dobbins carrying the Asher Spiro. Warncliffe, blue carbon fiber and EMP nimble. Frag titanium scales and Demco Shark Cub, Stealth, and a Big Idea titanium pry bar, and Big Idea titanium pen, and G-Shock watch. Ron, it's amazing you can actually walk around carrying all that steel. Seriously. Kane Miranda's choosy. I don't know why he's saying he's choosy, but let's see. Yeah. So, I'm not one of those other YouTubers that spends their whole time reading the chat, obviously. As you all well know, of all the parts of the chat that I miss. I also don't spend 3/4 of my live time cruising Blade Binge and the internet. The way I look at it is, you guys have computers or smartphones. You guys can look shit up. And so I as much as I like window shopping, I'm just now using IPA to clean off the bearing. Sorry, not the bearings. I wish they were bearings, but the washers. Wow. These are bare washers with no Teflon washer. That's different. Gonzo, I think I welcomed you before, and Kelly's Mishmash in the house. Did I miss? Yes, she is. Evening, peeps. Afternoon to you. Hour to me, anyways. Robert Willoughby, welcome to the nest. What are you guys carrying? Oh, that's still pretty oily. Oily feeling. And I'm talking about the washer. Yeah, and Fred the Lug, he's back. I didn't know you were gone. Welcome back. Did you say you were going? Big Ranger, really like, oh man. And it also doesn't help that I'm a slow reader. Really like the Real Steel Evolution Ironclad. Wish they would have done it in 14C. Would they do it in D2? Big Ranger? For the Real Steel Evolution. That's the only time somebody ever complains about it being in 14C, unless it's Nitro V, which should be a step up 14C, but I say should be, not my opinion. Mick, every time I see your name, Mick, I want to say Milk. Milk Ranger. Hi ho! Silver! I'm carrying. Oh, Jim Cox is carrying the world on his shoulders. Like Atlas. That's a Greek mythology throwback. Anyways, okay. So that's nice and cleaned up a bit. Let me clean up the blade. All right, now for these washers, I'm gonna use my filthy strops, and I'm gonna give it a little stropping to get rid of, smooth out some of the burrs if there are any burrs. See that? Oops, see that? At a washer. This is 9-micron stroppy stuff on the strop. Flip over the washer, give it a little bit of figure 8 action. Move that to the side. Go to the next strop. We're gonna do one washer at a time. Oops. Flip that over. I'm not saying Benchmade uses shoddy materials, but you know, it being American made gives me the idea that, you know, if Americans worked on it, it was probably not done very well. Gentlemen of honor, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What do you carry? Fred the Lug hasn't shared yet, I don't think. I might have missed it. Yeah. I'm trying to pick up as many integral knives as you can. Help with gadgets. What's up, Tommy? Welcome to the nest. See, normally at this time I'd be at work. Jim Cox, yeah, it's cool. Like it, but also like it because it's an integral. You know, this is a layman's opinion. And I only say that because I don't have one. I've never held one, an integral. But to me, that seemed to be a little overrated. Sure, the knives might be a little more stable, but I don't think they're worth the additional cost. But that's me. I want a Chavez integral. Help with Gadgets carry the MSI and the Tuya Voodoo at the moment. Nice. Good carry. Wyoming benches. My first is a tenable Gideon. Your first what? I've just started getting into integrals. Well, you got a tenable Gideon that's an integral? Okay, what you do, strip it, trying to remove your pivot screw? Just curious. Maybe it's not. I thought it was. Yeah, it has a full backspacer. But I don't think it's I did take it apart, and I'm sorry, I just got a text. Need to see who it is. Well, I'd say it's not important, but I had to order a new phone from Samsung. My Z Fold is or Z Flip, Samsung Z Flip 5 is starting to overheat, and the other day it wouldn't take a charge. I had to turn it off and leave it off for a bit. I actually even put it in the freezer to cool it off. And then after that is when I was able to charge it up. It went down to 3% and wouldn't take a charge. Just don't call me late for dinner or lart for dinner. I hope that's a misprint. Misspell. Oh, geez, that was behind. I didn't realize that. But I have a Wiha knife that is nice. Out on the town, just pulled it out and noticed it was missing. Holy moly, that sucks. Oh, wow. That's almost like Tommy's was that son-in-law? He gave his son-in-law a knife, and he brought the knife for Tommy to take a look at and to clean it up and service the knife, tune it up, and one side of the pivot screw is missing. And when I say Tommy, I'm talking about Help with Gadgets. It's from seeing what the condition of that knife was, it's amazing that it actually worked. Yeah, I think you did. I didn't see that, at least not the. I think I just saw you showing it off on a live stream, Tommy. Help with Gadgets, but yeah, that knife was in serious disrepair. But it shows you that your son-in-law actually uses this knife. Nice. Sorry. And I don't want to be like some YouTubers that reads the chat and just reacts, and you have no idea what part of the chat I'm actually reacting to. You have to go by context to try to figure it out. Help with Gadgets said he has a new knife for his son-in-law, and it should be a good one. Shay, yeah, I'm going to reach out via email, see what they say. Can't see them arguing about sending a screw, but you never know. Well, you know, I had conversations with Kaiser, because I'm going to need a new pivot screw for my Towser K. I want to take it apart. It's a copper scaled version, and I want to take it apart so I can shipwreck it. But I can't get the freaking pivot screw out. I tried soldering iron, hot water, hot boiling water, dipping it in to heat it up. Soldering iron to burn off the stupid Loctite. That didn't work. Then I used a heat gun, heated it up to the heat gun was actually set for 1500 degrees. Got it hot enough to not be able to handle it. So I was holding on to the knife with silicone oven mitts and heating up, and I could smell the impurities burning off, but yet I still can't get the pivot screw off. So I'm going to have to drill it out, and I don't want to do that because it's still a usable knife. I don't want to drill it out until I have a replacement pivot screw. And when I contacted, going back and forth with Kaiser, I'm going to have to buy it from aftermarket, or actually aftermarket parts. I don't know if I got to buy it. I still have to email them. They say that they have it, and then we'll go from there. Red. Oh, I just knocked something off my table. Fred Legg, did you pick up the package? To Jim Cox. Anyways, let me get moving on this knife. Otherwise, I'm going to be here forever and ever and ever. So I'm using different strops, different micron strops, stroppy stuff. This is 6 micron. Oh, I did it backwards. Let me skip to 1 micron. This is the last one. Michael McCoy, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? I'm working on a Benchmade bailout. I won it in a Zach Stuff GAW giveaway, and unfortunately the action sucked. So really it probably just needs a little cleaning up and a little oiling. It also has a little bit of lock stick. And see if I can't fix that up. Yeah, I was gonna flip the pivot screw, but I don't feel like dealing with that, at least not on live stream, so I won't. So now what we're going to try to do is attempt to put this back together. Well, actually, yeah, why don't I? Let's see. Is it this? So I want to put the pivot in this side first. Okay, what am I missing? Fred the Lug. Some lady showed my brother her package today while he was leaving the dentist. That's no good. or did my mind go to a dirty place? That was probably her dentures. But these are knives. I couldn't send the other packages through the mail. All right, so before I continue on, what I am going to do, since I have us on the phone, I'm going to take a short break here. Well, you guys can see me. Not much. Oh, you know what? I know what. You guys can take a look at. You guys haven't seen this since my first live stream. Of course, it wasn't a vertical. So it's a USS Enterprise Galaxy class. Let me turn it this way. Although I don't know that it has a charge still. There we go. Can you hear it? Matt's freaking faction. Welcome to the nest. So Michael McCoy's asked if anybody picked up the Jack Wolf Knives Steel Series. Got the Redstone Richlight version today. Nice. Is that Star Wars? Tommy, you somebody ban him from the stream, please. Help with gadgets, just ban him. Is that Star Wars? This is better than Star Wars. All right, just checking the chat. Okay, so let me take my phone. I'm gonna go outside, do my thing. I'll still be chatting with you, and maybe I can catch up. Oh, hang on, Kelly. We can fix that. You're not going to be able to make any comments, but here we go. On my shorts. Oh. Hell. Hang on. Okay. You have a wrench. Kelly's mishmash. See if that took. Oh, we can look later. All right, actually, I could look on my phone. All right. And thank you, Marco, for sharing Kelly's YouTube. Help with Gadget was timed out by Kelly's Mishmash for 10 seconds. That'll show you, Tommy. That's Tommy, that's what you get for confusing Star Wars and Star Trek. Shots fired, yeah. Photons. Thank you, Marco, for sharing Wyoming Avengers link to our YouTube page. Gotta run, y'all. I thought you were gone, Shay. All right, well, drive safe if you're driving, and hurry back. Gary Graham, welcome to the nest. What's in your pockets? What are you carrying? Well, you're the one that asked the question. Is it Star Wars? Delica 4. Gary Graham is carrying a Delica 4. Let me see if I missed anything earlier. Oops. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Kelly. I got to tell you, you know, off the Star Wars and Star Trek thing. I don't know if any of y'all saw the new Superman movie, but you know, nothing will give me the rush, the good feels. It tears me up every time I hear the theme to the original Superman movie from 1978. But this the feel as functional, at least not for me, but it was a good movie. Very most comic book movie that I've seen in a long time. It's very good. Darn it, I knew I was forgetting something. Stargate, Andromeda. There's so many. Yes, there are. But anyways, back to the, and then I had a somewhat similar feeling when Battlestar Galactica came on. It came on, originally it was a mini series with 3 episodes. And I knew that it had to be, you know, my first thought was that it had to be a series, and it became a series. And then they showed in Europe, the miniseries was aired in the movie theaters, and then they showed the miniseries as a movie in the theaters with Sensurround. Oh, it was awesome. Battlestar Galactica was freaking awesome. Time him out again, please. I know that Star Trek had the Jim Spock dude. Kelly's mismatched fingers on the timeout button. You know, I didn't see, I know this is sacrilege, but I didn't see Andromeda. Satisfaction says, remember that scene where Harry Potter had to deliver the X-Files to the Sith Lord Doctor, and he was like, no, to infinity and final frontier. And then they did a battle in the stars by a dune. Remember that stupid, I mean, it was a horrible sci-fi movie. They had a spaceship that kind of looked like a moose head. John Boy Walton was the star and the pilot. I forget what the hell the name. I think it was Battle of the Worlds or something like that. Anyways, God, that was a horrible science fiction movie. YouTube Portal says, Gentleman of Honor, that was the greatest American hero. I didn't watch much of it. I'll have to check it out. My brother and I are currently rewatching Alf. Nice. Anyone looking forward to Spaceballs 2? Yeah, that would be funny. I hope it's funny. I hope that it's worth the wait. My dad even liked Greatest American Hero, mainly because, you know, all the mistakes that he made. I'm talking to YouTube, baby. Okay, I'm back. Oh, wow, the light stayed on for quite some time.
Incoming transmission.
I wish I could make it do the rumble. This rumble of just the engines rum. That would be so cool if it would do that the whole time. I'd have it running 24/7, plugged in and everything. All right, so let me plug my phone back in because the battery life is not what it used to be. My new phone should be here on Thursday, which is good. I go back to work on Wednesday. So my phone just needs to last that long. In search of with Leonard Nimoy. That was a good show. That was a good show. Mission to Mars was good. Maybe you're thinking of Ghosts of Mars with Gary Sinise and I didn't see that. Huh. Let me call the bartender. Hang on. Baby. Okay, let me start. Let me put these straps up. Put these over to the side. I wish this was not a vertical. You'd be able to see more of what I'm doing here, but you know. So I'm gonna try to do this the hard way. I'm going to, let's see, let me add a little lube. Let me find my silica ball. Put a little silica ball on the blade. Around the pivot screw. A little bit in the pivot screw. Great thing about silica ball is it doesn't take much, and now hopefully I can get the with the silica ball get the washers to stick so that they don't just fall off. So far so good. Put a little silica ball on the scale side of the washers. Oops. Got my microfiber Q-tip. There we go. And slide this. See. I need to make sure I get it in the right orientation. You know what? I seem to be missing something. Remember that pin I said I shouldn't worry about? Oh no, it's still there. Whoa, I was a little worried there. Okay, so I'm gonna slide this in here. Well, let me slide it apart a little bit. This is not easy. Okay. So now I need to get the washers aligned with the holes. Let's see. Maybe if I use a wheel driver. Hold it all together. This washer fell. See, the washer is sticking out right here. Let me see about using a blade, putting that in between there. There we go. Okay, now the washer, I can see the washer through the pivot hole. There we go. And let's see if I can flip the oh, that's the wrong side. God bless it. Wrong scale. No, I'm just going the wrong side. Let me flip it over here like that. There we go. Okay, now let's try that again. All right. So I got the one washer lined, and that is no good. And would appear, oh, here's the washer. Okay, let's try that again. It's one side. Now the important side. The washer. Maybe you can kind of make it out. You can see part of the washer right there, which I need to scooch out. And I'll use the blade to do that. Okay, holes aligned. Let me see about getting the pin in. Find the right orientation. Slide it all together. Oh, almost. There's a flat side. There it is. Okay, flat sides on the back. Align that a little bit better there. There we go. See that? You can almost see all the way through. Almost. See some of the washer there, so let me align the hole up a little better. There we go. Let me get the pivot. Ladies and gentlemen, do not try this on a live stream. I think this may be the last time I do this. At least a axis lock, bar lock, whatever you want to call it, crossbar lock. Oh, it's starting. Almost there. Yeah, they are. And I use the term fun. Tommy says bar locks are always fun. Because their mini Milta is on sale, 2 for under $40. Nice. Might have to give up the Ghost for now and move on to the next thing. Is this taking way too long? I'm starting to lose patience. Oh, that. Oh. Almost there. Almost there. My hand's starting to cramp up. I'm gonna have to look that up. I didn't know they did anything about with Benchmates. I thought OCD for EDC did mostly or all Spyderco stuff. Close. I'm so close. Almost like I need 3 hands. What did well, just ordered one Mech Ranger. How much is the set? And Wyoming, can you share the link? Please? Oh man, this is taking way too long. I know there's better ways to do this. $20. Nice. Oh, you ordered the mini Milta. I see. Which one did you get? Wyoming. Oh, it's so close. I can feel it. Almost there. Lock bar, block, and wedge. The pivot tool from titanium helps a lot when working on knives. Can't find what Tommy is talking about, sorry. That's okay. When I got time, I can look it up. This makes me want to drink. But OCD for EDC might send snack. Well, they definitely send a lot of swag. I can tell you that much. So close I could taste it, but my fingers are cramping. It's on ODC for EDC under pocket knife accessories, second page, bottom right. My bartender must have fallen asleep. I'm gonna actually, you know what I'm gonna do? This time you're guys are gonna be on your own. I'm gonna leave my microphone here. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and then get a refill. I'll be right back. Hold your horse. I keep hearing Lochner and it's giving me the urge to watch heavy metal. They somewhat recently gave it a nice 4K transfer. It looks nice. Nice. I like the music. I think you're talking about the animated movie. But anyways, I'll be right back. Hey everybody, I'm back. So, the major problem I'm having with this is, let me find my magnet. Here it is. That doing this on the live stream, I can't show what I'm doing and have it close enough to my face so I can actually see. Because, you know, I normally would say that I'm half blind, but with Derek here, I have no excuse, really. I didn't know OCD for EDC made that little toolkit. I gotta grab that for sure. All right, I'm gonna give this one last chance, and then I'm gonna have to give up the ghost because I've been on for 2 hours, or actually an hour and a half, and I don't want to get in the way of the other live streams that should be starting up soon. Let me see if I can see how close I am. I'm very close. So close I can taste it. Almost there. Oh, I see. That's what was holding me up. The lock bar. There we go. I'm all the way through. Ta-da! Ah. Shit. I forgot, since I was putting this back together opposite of the way I pulled it out, I neglected to put the spring on. I put titanium clip on one of my knives on camera and had the heck of a time with the small. I hear you. It's you know, you add the further stress of actually, you know, somebody watching you, and so everything I just did I have to undo because I neglected to put the lock bar spring on. So, anyways, at least with the video, you can edit out the cursing. Well, yeah, but that's half the fun, is having the cursing in, isn't it? I mean, you don't want people to think that this is easy, because then what are you going to learn? They're going to, when they encounter the hard parts that you're not showing, you're doing them at just, I think, at the service. Because they're gonna think, oh, what am I doing wrong? It looks so easy on the video. Of course, you know, doing and watching are two different things anyways, but still. All right, now I'm gonna try to put the spring back on, which isn't agreeing with me. Almost on, and then okay, I think I got that on right. Let me check. Yep. Oh, Shiza. All right, not a total disaster. Just slide that in. There we go. Okay, that worked out. Bye, Tommy. Bye-bye. Bye, Will Crusher. Yeah, you know, now that you mention it, he reminds me of the young Will Crusher, the one that wore the gray unitard. And the Izod kind of sweater. Much like Maddie's new knife. That's hopefully coming. My favorite cuss word. Okay, so we got that. Let me try that again. Nope. Okay. Nope. I'm going to do it this way. Try that again. Jim Cox, that's actual case law. What's it? What? Hang on. Stepping away, supper time. Okay. F-bombs. By Will Crusher. One person's curse word is another one's lyrics. By Tommy McRanger. True. My favorite cuss word. Jim Cox, that's actual case law. I want a titanium CME so bad. Why? Do they make does ODC for EDC make a titanium CME? All right, so what are the odds I can do this within the next 30 minutes? I think very slim. But then again, everything could just come together. You ever have that happen? You're having difficulties. You take a break, you come back, and everything just pops right in as if there was no issues in the first place. That can be frustrating. All on its own. All right, try that again. Put the pivot in. At least attempt to get it part of the way in. All right, I got it kind of started. Whoa. And there goes the blade. There goes pivot. Okay, at least that's still there. Oh yeah, you can just hit purchase. Not sure what that is about. What if I could, I would. I can't spend $85 on a CME. Let's see. Don't slip out. Okay. I'm getting there. Dirty. What? Dirty cotton rock sucker. Always strong, funny looks. Always. So, FYI, peoples. As you know, because I know you listen to everything I say on my live streams, I am within spitting distance of 500 subscribers. Actually, I'm at, hang on, let me remove this and remove this. I actually have 444, I think, subscribers. Anyways, sitting in my mailbox as we speak is one of my first giveaway knives for my 500 subscriber giveaway, and that is a Jimmy Crow. He hasn't told me what type of knife it is, but you know, it's a Jimmy Crow, so Jimmy Crow modified knife. There we go. Okay. And anyways, I got that going for me. I might share what it is this weekend on my live stream on Saturday at 12 o'clock noon Pacific. And also, another bit of news is, I don't know if you watched, if you participated in a Big Red EDCs, JB's live Saturday Night Live Saturday, but he said his early SKL is going to be earlier than normal. You know, usually it's at 2 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Central. Anyways, he and I are switching times, so he's going to be on at noon Pacific time, and I will be on his normal time, which is 2 p.m. So I'll be on a little later than my new time, which makes me happy because I can be more awake when my live stream starts. So there's that. Big Rizzer. Who's Big Red? Yeah, funny. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I don't know. But just sounds ugly. Okay. So. Okay, thanks for sharing. The gel doesn't run, so I figured that it will work the best. What? Missed something. He's donating to my 1500 giveaway. Who is? Gonzo. It was a one-time thing. What? But I don't know what you're talking about. Well, and Carrie, welcome to the nest. I am struggling here, trying to put this Benchmade back together. The axe is locked. You know, doing this and talking at the same time isn't easy either. Hey, gentleman of honor, so says Weldon Carey. Okay. So the secret last time was doing that. Oh. Oh, I'm so close. So close. Oh, I'm gonna have to give this up for now. My fingers are cramping. I'm doing good, Wyoming. How are you? Anyways, I'm gonna give it to 4:30. Unless I come up with some inspiration here, I'm gonna give up on this knife for a minute, at least till after dinner. And because bless it if my hand isn't cramping. That's one of the things I've been having a problem with for the last 15 years is if I work with too many small things. Oops. If I work with too many small things, screws, and this sucks for being a technician, is especially my left hand will start to cramp up and go like this. Look at that. Can you see what it looks like? Like that. And I have to actually physically pry my fingers apart with my other hand and hold it apart like this. And if I'm lucky, I can get under hot running water and run hot water over my hand to soothe the cramp. It happens to both hands, but more my left hand, and I think that's because my right hand's my dominant hand, and it gets more use, so less chance of cramping. But yeah, I give up for now. I can't do this. So I'm doing good. Let's see, where are we? We're kind of lucky we only got one crazy in the house. Yes, Ron Crow, my hands are so bad too. I feel your pain, broski. That's from Mick Ranger. Make a drink and come back to it later. Well, I already have a drink, but yeah, I'll be coming back to it later. I have trouble with my left hand with my grip. Nerve damage. Yeah. Me too, moving is rough. Oh, yeah, it is. Although my moving to this house, with Colleen's help, she did all the packing, thank God. She did all the packing, and then I paid movers. Paid for movers. I lived on the second floor apartment, and I gave the price was so reasonable. The moving company charged that I gave the movers a hefty, at least a pretty good tip, because they had all my stuff loaded in a truck in like an hour. And then they had to drive to their place and then drive to my house, which is an added 45 minutes. Within 3 hours, all my stuff was in the house. That was so cool. Let's see. YouTube Music Portal says, my brother makes a THC salve that will reduce and eliminate pain. Great for arthritis. An 80-year-old customer tells me his joints don't lock up after using the salve. It's a topical salve. Nice. I'm not worried about it. Just, and I'll let you guys know on Saturday on my regular live stream how long, when I get back to this, how long it actually takes me to do without having to try to do this on camera. And I'll tell you, I'll tell you all the truth. I'll tell you if I struggled at it or it was easy to do. And then maybe the next time, because I swear to God, I'll never do a crossbar lock on live again. Haven't moved in 10 years, and I would dread moving if I had to. Yeah, I hear you, because I have a hell of a lot more stuff now than I did when I moved into this house. You can find a video to help you. Oh, I don't need a video. I've done this dozens and dozens of times. It's just I'm having a difficult time, holding it this far out. I wish we weren't limited because of the vertical, but having it this far away from my face, trying to do it makes it more difficult. And also this table is on the low side. I move it up, and then the last time I did a crossbar lock, I did it in like 45 minutes total. So, but anyways, I'm not sweating it. Well, it's hard to say, and this is the first time my hands actually cramped up in 3/4 of a year. So I've been lucky. Did I just get another not so real knife? A live wire for 30. That's funny. I do have one. Wait. Let me get it. I had sharpened somebody's gaucho knife. Their father, talk about sweating. I was sweating bullets when I was sharpening this knife because it was a family heirloom. It was his great grandfather's gaucho knife that he made himself out of a railroad spike, and he gave to me to sharpen it, and my God, the bevels were uneven, and and the steel was pretty kind of soft, so it made it a little more difficult. But I made it paper towel shutty sharp, and I polished it up for him, and he was so grateful. And now, mind you, I was just doing this gratis, you know, just trying to get a little business, and he gave me this knife. Can you see it? Let me bring it up here and let me not get in the way, but watch it pop out. And this says it's a Benchmade. Now, I had to explain to him that because he bought it on, I think it was AliExpress, or not AliExpress, but that other one. The one Chinese website that everybody buys from. Anyways, but I got to tell you, got great action. Very little blade play. So yeah, obviously it's a counterfeit copy. I forget what the model name is, but it says here on the blade. I don't know if you can read it. And it's got the butterfly, but got great action. I'll never carry this, obviously, and it was a gift of gratitude. Oh, it says it's a designed by McHenry. So the real life version of this knife costs I think anywhere between $150 to $300 depending where you look. But obviously this is like I said, a Chinese counterfeit. Probably no. But it's cool. My only out the front. I don't plan on getting any more out the fronts, but it is kind of neat. Let me without trying to lose any screws here. Let's see if it will go through this paper towel. Oh yeah, see that? I didn't even need to hold it down. Even farther away, they'll go through the paper towel. Nice. How about some cardstock? Hang on. Let's try that. Okay. Well, it did pierce the paper. See it? Let me see if I can hold it stiff. Oh, but that did it in. Okay, there we go. Oh, see that? It broke through, but you got to recock it. I won an OTF from Darkwater, but I don't know what brand it is. Small one, the Crowbar Manic. Let's see, that's what from Wyoming. It just has a K on the blade. Could be the Kaiser. Could be a Kaiser. I'm just guessing. Oh no, sorry, not Kaiser. Gentleman of honor, you got it. I said Kaiser. I was thinking Kershaw. But if I were to buy a OTF, I would get a Kershaw 5-wire. But I'm not into OTFs. I only accepted it because it was a gift, which was cool. He didn't know that it was not real. And I informed him of the fact. I also have a couple other counterfeit knives that I didn't realize was counterfeit at the time, but you know, I actually didn't know I was getting a faux Kershaw. Here's my best counterfeit knife. Like I said, I didn't know it was a Kershaw that I was buying. It cost me $35, but it's part of the launch series. This is the launch 13, at least counterfeit launch 13. But the website did say, and I don't even remember what website I bought it on. They did say that it was USA made, and of course, at the time, I didn't know that, you know, that American-made knives were so damned expensive. But oddly enough, it came to me a USA-made knife, American-made knife, supposedly, air quotes. Then this is when I realized that I was getting a knockoff. Not that I actually knew that it was a Kershaw, a knockoff. But when the USA made knife was coming to me via New York and China, came from China to New York to here in Nevada. But it looks just like a Launch 13, and it does launch out there. It's very snappy. Watch this again. That's pretty cool. So I'm keeping this in my collection because it looks so cool. Look at that. But it's not a knife that's going to be out for display. Yeah, this was I was cruising the internet, and I got to tell you, it took so long to get to me that I actually thought I got ripped off. Because it wasn't a, you know, your AliExpress or any of those other big name Wish or whatever websites. So it just out of a whim, I thought, well, I either get ripped off or I don't. But I actually like the shape of the blade, shape of the handle, and obviously I didn't get ripped off as I got the knife. But my brother walked in and said, "You look like Mr. Miyagi's brother." You know, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or an insult, but thanks. It's the goatee. Last time I ordered something from China, I could have had a child before it arrived. 2 days short of 9 months wait. Wow. I don't like seeing my friends and other companies getting cloned. That's just my opinion. Yeah, me neither. You know, but the thing about it is if somebody likes to buy clones or whatever, I think it's more power to them. It's their money. Personally, I think, like, say I knew that this was a clone, getting it for $35. And if I knew that the real knife was actually a $150 knife, buy this because it's $35 what are the chances that I'm actually ever going to buy the $150 version? Kind of slim to none. Because there's a reason why I would be buying this for $35, because I don't have $150 to spend on a knife. Now, mind you, that's a hypothetical. When I do have money to spend on a knife, I had no problem spending more, more than that. But at the time, knowing that this was a clone, and see, personally, I think all y'all that have a problem with these kind of knives need to stop using the gentle terms. If it has the name of the brand on the knife, it's a counterfeit. It's completely fake. And they're selling this as if it's the original thing. That's counterfeit. A clone to me is if somebody made this knife and put a different brand name on it. That's a clone. It's a direct copy. But you're making it by calling this kind of knife with the name of the company, original company who designed it, or hired a designer to design this, who I'm not sure who that person is. But anyways, it's a counterfeit knife. No permission from the original company owner or maker. Yes, and they don't get a piece of the action. But you guys that have issues with these kind of knives need to start calling a counterfeit a counterfeit. Calling it a clone is putting, a wolf in sheep's clothing. But that being said, if you, Nick Martino, wanted to buy a counterfeit knife, mainly, I guess, the primary, whatever your motivation is, more power to you. Just that if you were to hand me this knife and tell me and try to pass it off as the real thing, now you're lying to me, and that's a different story. Yes, exactly. Who said that? Was it yeah, Jim Cox? Yes, sir. That's exactly what I'm saying. It's like a counterfeit is a counterfeit. And if they have the company's name, the original company's name on it, and maybe the original designer's name on it, then it's a counterfeit. It's not a copy. It's not a clone. It is a counterfeit. If they have the same design, have everything that's exactly the same, but they're selling it as their own, then that's a clone. Because it's a copy, right? And my big issue with these companies that do this, and my understanding is almost every single Chinese knife company started off this way, because this is how they get the capital to start being legit, to be able to pay the designers, is, look, if you can backward engineer a knife this good, that only experts would be able to tell that this is a fake knife, a counterfeit. If you could do that, then change it up. Put your own name on it. That's the problem I have. I had an issue with the Gerber fixed blade getting sold by another company with a Gerber name on it. With another company, by another company with the Gerber name. Well, they may have had permission. See, that's the thing. You don't know. Because oftentimes they'll do that. Big companies will do that. They'll pay some other OEM to do a knife and allow them to put the name on it. Look, the company I work for, HP, well, before then, the equipment I work on that was designed and owned by a company called Indigo. Anyways, they actually allowed another company to put their own skins on their printing presses and sell them as their own. You know, they gave them the permission. The other company, and I can't remember the name of it, paid the licensing fees. They actually paid for the equipment, and they had to pay the additional money to put their own skins on. Skins meaning the covers and stuff with their company's name on it, and they sold it as their own. It happens all the time. So because of that, you just don't know if another company is doing it. But if the price is, you know, you're selling originally a $200, which should be a $200 knife, and you're selling it for $30, then you know something's wrong. Mo Patty, welcome to the nest. I'm sorry, you've probably been here half the time. Oh no, you just said hello everyone at 4:32, and I was supposed to get off in two minutes ago. Anyways, yeah, welcome to the nest. I'm glad you're here. Mo Petty, the person that needs glasses. Adventures. Wait, what did it say? What I missed? Wyoming Adventures Rock Crow just got here. Aha. Okay. Jim Cox, I bought a 1981 Korean Stratocaster for $90 at a local park shop near mint condition. And my understanding is they did allow a Korean company to make Stratocasters, didn't they? So that was probably a pretty good deal, and it was probably better made than, I swear to God, American-made products are overrated. Because we got shit companies, you know. Here's an example. While I'm ranting and raving, I'm gonna go out the garage and have a cigarette. I'll bring you with me. But all right, look, there's a company in Reno that's they also have shops in California. It's a car wash place, full service. You know, you pays your money, you get a ticket, you get out of the car, you go to a cashier, pay for it. They drive your car into the car wash, then they take it to another area. When it's washing it, they buff it dry and clean the wheels and inside the windows and back of the car. Anyways, since the pandemic, their employees, they tried to stay open. They tried to keep the employees and keep on working, but because nobody was out, they lost a lot of business, so they had to let a lot of employees go. Well, now go there for a $30 wash and wax. It's done by American employees, and my God, it sucks, because you know the Mexicans that used to work there were so much better workers, harder workers. Well, but Gaddis, what I'm ranting about now is the poor quality of American-made products. That a lot of the stuff that people complain about are made in Korea and China and Japan and the Philippines or wherever in the world, by and large, are better products than what we can have made here in the United States. it wasn't always, you know, the first Japanese cars were being sold in the United States. Oh, they were crap. They were crap. But now they've learned, you know, and my understanding is the Yugo is about to make a comeback in the United States. So, you know, we need to get off our asses, pay workers a living wage, and then, you know, we'll have better products made in this country. Are you know, I saw a YouTube story that, was it on YouTube? Maybe it was Google. But Ford just took a play from Henry Ford's playbook, and back in the 30s, they across the board gave all their workers a 100%, I think it was 200% raise, so that their workers could actually afford to buy a Ford car. And what they just did now is, apparently, at some union meeting, the experienced workers were telling management that a lot of the younger employees were having to work 2-3 jobs just to make ends meet. Because I guess at Ford, you don't become a full-time employee until you've worked there for 2 years. Well, those people that were the new hires, I couldn't afford to just work one job. They had to work 2-3 jobs in order to make a living wage. And so Ford just recently made them all permanent employees and started paying them a decent wage. That's the kind of shit we need to do. Yeah, exactly, gentlemen of honor. They do. And I still will buy an American-made car, mainly because I like the actually car models better. Not because of where it's made. Me, I'm a GM guy. I love GM vehicles. I love their design styles. That's correct, William Hornbustle. Yeah, and welcome to the nest, by the way. I know you were in here earlier. I don't know if you've been chatting. Sorry, I'm not a Adventure 50 or Bees that reads every single freaking line that comes across the chat, especially when I'm talking or trying to put a knife back together. Well, Jim Cox, people can't afford to take a pay cut like that because now the prices are up. You know, they can't take the pay cut because then they can't live. California is a big issue. People that work in San Francisco can't afford San Francisco. They have to live 30 to 60 miles, 100 miles away, so they can afford to buy a house or rent a house, rent an apartment, whatever. And then they have to do the long ass goddamn commute because they can't afford to live in the areas they work. And that includes police officers. No, it's both. Jim Cox, it's both. But mostly it's the Silicon Valley thing. That just, you know, the people were all of a sudden making a gazillion dollars, and because of that, prices went up. But it was only a select few in the companies that were making that money, but the prices went up, and then it priced everybody out of the frickin' area. No, but that's the U.S. government's, Jim Cox. You can't throw money at a problem. Yes, you can, and that's the United States government's deal. This is what they should do. If there's a problem, they need to throw as much money into the problem as they can, and that what that does is that invites innovation and so on and so forth. The TVA is a prime example of that. They put together projects that essentially they made jobs, they manufactured a need and paid people a living wage, so it made it happen. It may make the problem bigger in the long run, Jim Cox, but in the short term, it helps out immensely. And then the prices, everything else goes up, and so on and so forth. Although making fast food workers, companies pay their employees $20 an hour across the board doesn't make any sense. It just raises prices. You know, I don't agree, Jim. We're not where we're at from throwing money at problems. We're where we're at because, because of the free enterprise, and the artificial inflation of things. But I'm going to get off that soapbox because we don't need to get into that anymore. Let's just talk some blades like some of these people. Pretty good, no doubt. I'm sure the cost is reciprocal. So the problem I'm having with this Benchmade reminds me of the problem Lefty had with the, I think it was a CGRB home. He took it apart, couldn't put it back together, got so pissed off at it, and he actually showed it on a video, and he was doing it was a live stream, and I mentioned, I said, send it to me, and Lefty was so ticked off at it about it, he said, sure, Ron. So the knife is actually in parts sitting in a baggie for me to put together, and I plan on putting it together on a video, definitely not on a live stream, for God's sake. But yeah, and it was one of the higher end models of the home, second highest, not fully dressed, but next to fully dressed. You guys see the, oh wait, am I behind? No. McRanger wants a Protect real bad. My Grail knife right now is the Manganus Aurelia. It doesn't have to be a fully dressed knife. I don't need the fully dressed one. I just want the Manganus Aurelia. That and the Thunderhead, which right now is way out of my price range. When I bought my Manganus Kaimano, he was in the process of doing the pre-sale for the Aurelia, but I was so focused on getting the Kaimano, I didn't look at the Aurelia until after I got the Kaimano. Had I actually looked at the Aurelia, I would have bought that instead of getting the Kaimano. Not that the Kaimano is a bad knife, I just like the Aurelia. At least the appearance of the Aurelia much better. I love my Kaimano. Did I lose the chat, or are you guys still there? Anyways, let's go ahead and start ramping down. Everybody hit the thumbs up button, please. I would appreciate it. Right now, at least my phone says I have 51 thumbs ups, 444 subs. I don't know how many views. I'll find that out later. But do me a solid, when we hang up here in about 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, please hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down button, either way, but leave a comment. If you have a problem with my live stream and want to give me a thumbs down, do so, but leave me a comment. Tell me why, what you think I could do better. But please subscribe. Yes, Nick Martino, the Kaimano is a beast. And luckily I got the purple flow. Come on. Purple haze. Come on, sorry. Purple flow is a Vivo thing. And I sanded down the scales a bit to bring out the purple in it. I plan on doing an acid stone wash on the blade and on the titanium. It's gonna look so sweet when I get to it. Okay, I don't understand what the 021 is. Oh, gotcha. 21 people in the chat. We do have 55 thumbs ups, and y'all probably already have all done your thumb upping, but like the live chat. Appreciate it. You went with the micarta? Nice. You know, I'd buy me a micarta one too. Exactly, Wyoming. Thumbs up, thumbs down. It still shows interaction. It works with the algorithm either way. I have the William Hornbustle says he has a Positive Grid Spark 40, the cab, and a Go. To me, that sounds like you're making words up. I have no idea what you're talking about. YouTube Music Portal or projectiles are sharp, saying hola, hola, ¿qué tal? Bitte. See what I did there? Mixed Spanish with German. I think you're doing a great job with your channel. Thank you, Wyoming. I think I got no complaints. I'm actually deeply surprised how far I am, where I am. Doing my first live on March 2nd. I did post shorts beforehand. When I did my first live stream, I was obviously over 100 subs because be able to do a live stream. I think I'm doing fantastic. Thank you, Sheila. I appreciate it. The way I look at it, my live streams thrive on interaction between me and you. Not you specifically, you as in the chat. I can't do this without you guys. That's the damn truth. And I try to teach people things that I've learned. Yeah, I need to do some more shorts. I'm going to change up my shorts, or at least the way I do them. I just need to sit down and do them. I also need to do long form. That'll help with watch hours. But I have been getting a good amount of views, especially on these verticals. And I have tended to get more subscribers. We'll see how that works this time around. I'm trying to see what's going on with the chat. Yep. Henry G, we'll see you later. We'll see you in KC's live. He starts, he's already started. Or should have already started. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a live stream. Let me get in front of the camera here and I'll give you all a proper salute. And then I'll see you guys at KC's live. All right. Thank you for coming. Keep your blade sharp and your wood hard. Bye all. I'll see you Saturday, if not in the live streams tonight. Bye bye.